All right. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Dualtron Storm video. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to whoever was watching my videos, especially the Dualtron one. Man, that thing has almost 1,200 views now. And I'm like, wow, dude. I know there's people who have 100K views and million views and all this stuff. That's cool and all, but I'm just amazed by just 1,000. Wow, it's I don't know, it's pretty cool that a lot of people can watch these review videos, at least especially mine, and just get some info from it. I'm blown away. Hey, I'm appreciative of just the little that I have, man, because I don't know, I really like doing this. Even though I'm going to be reviewing other things right now, it's just kind of the scooter thing, but whatever it is, whoever watches it, cool. Whoever likes my content, that's cool. I'm nobody big or anything, but I am kind of enjoying making these videos for you guys, A lot of the times I make videos, I don't know, a lot of the things I'm talking about, sometimes I feel nobody else is talking about, I try to talk about the things that most people are kind of overlooking. Not all the time. Pretty much a lot of the things is, regurgitation, a lot of the things that everybody else has said. But sometimes I have some things like what I'm going to talk about here. I haven't seen any videos or heard anybody, talk about these, upgrades I'm talking about. So for today, I'm going to talk about two minor upgrades, no crazy modifications or anything, just minor upgrades that I think may be useful to you as well. So the two minor upgrades I have is on the grips and on the suspension cartridges, the shocks. So yesterday I changed the suspension cartridges. Sonny, I think it's Sonny Thomas. This is for you, man. I remember you said something in the comment about the suspension. You were like, the suspension. I think you were reflecting off of what I said about the suspension being not too good, but it's forgiving. You can get used to it. Sonny, this is for you, man. So, and like I said, I haven't seen anybody make a suspension video. I mean, there's one person where they're changing the cartridge and it's just playing music and that's it, but they don't really go into detail or show anything. And I'm gonna go into I'm not gonna go into super full detail, but I'm gonna show you what they look like and tell you how I installed it so you could be prepared and how it rides and all that. So okay, so first of all, I want to say changing these suspension cartridges was a pain in the fucking ass. At least the back was. The back was annoying. So if you plan on changing the suspension cartridges on this, the front actually wasn't too bad. Getting the swing arm off, there are some bolts that are inside here that you have to take off on the side before you can pull this off, okay? And then when you slide it in, you have to line up these grooves. It's easy once you get it slid in. There's one right here, and then there's another one on the side. I want you guys to see this. See those grooves? They're perfectly even, like that. And this one has the same thing, you see? So once you get it lined in, you just push it in, and then, oh yeah, underneath these, I think this has a really good locking mechanism for the screws. There are 4 screws on each side. Well, there's 2. There's a cap here. It's like a waterproofing thing. Once you take this off, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it's like that on the other side too. And you unscrew those, and then you unscrew something here. So I'm letting you know when you can't get this off. There's 2 screws here. Then you can take the swing arm off. And then you can get to this, because this is where the cartridge is. It's in here. So right there, this is all of the cartridge, okay? Now, the front one I thought that one was annoying until I got to this one, the back. Oh my God. Now this shit was annoying as hell, dude. It took me a long time to get this back on because the suspension cartridges is in here, and as you can see, you know, you can't really see it, but you know, this is the controller and all that. So first of all, this was annoying because I had to take this off, okay? You have to take this, is separate from this. This is attached to this. So when you separate these two, this whole thing right here is gonna be flopping, like it's not gonna be attached to anything, so you kinda gotta fold this over, bending the wires and all that shit, you have to. And then this is exposed right here. And then the way that you take this off, I'm trying to show you the best. There's a screw in here for this thing right here. There's a screw inside there, and I can't really show you because you can't see. But anyway, you're gonna need like a long Allen wrench, like a long straight one. And there's a tiny hole where you stick it in, and then you can get to the screw to take it off, and that's what takes this off. And you have these two right here, okay? Once you get this off, it's pretty good to go. It's not too bad. Remember, you got to take these off too. And then you take off the bolt here. Did you just, okay, just a forewarning, I'm going to let you guys know. Okay, I'll show you on here. You see this right here? Once you get one of these off, that's all you need. You don't need to take both off. I thought I had to take both off. And one of the screws over here actually ended up getting stripped, and I tried to cut it out with a saw and all that. It was a nightmare. But I was so happy when I just hammered on this side. I hammered on it. Both of the swing arms were off, obviously, and it just pops out very easily. All you need is to take one off, okay? So be aware of that. You don't need to take two off. I'm gonna tell you what was the most annoying part about this back right here. When you take this off, it is a fucking pain in the ass. The motor, you see the motor wire right here? This shit was so, I was so irritated because you have to get this positioned like in a perfect spot between the screw I was telling you guys where you have to stick in a hole. You can't see it, but when you take it off, you'll see it. You have to get it in between the screw and in between something else perfectly in order for it to, you know, line up and close. Because I couldn't get these to line up 1, 2, 3, 4. It was hard. I had to keep positioning this wire until I finally got it on. Now, guys, you ain't gonna need to take this off. It's not like you're gonna always need to take this off. The only thing you're gonna need to take off really is, you know, the wheel when you want to get a new tire or a new motor. That's all easy, okay? Getting the wheel off and changing the motor, the brakes, that's all easy. But taking this shit and be prepared. You're gonna be like, fuck, this is annoying. Because you gotta line all these wires back up, and you gotta, well, all of these aren't that bad. These are fine. It's this fucking shit, this motor wire. Oh my God. You gotta line it perfectly or else it won't close and all that. So just a forewarning. If you don't want to do it, maybe you could ask Mini Motors USA. He says he has some guys that works on them. Maybe pay them so they can do it. But I did it myself. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the suspension and the way it feels. So first of all, okay, these suspensions are color coded. Okay, just so you guys know, they're color coded suspensions. Okay, in the front was a white, okay? And in the back, there was a red, okay? Now, I found out, if you go to Mini Motors USA, it gives you a description and it lets you know the firmness of each color. Now, for the white, there's nothing on their website that explains, you know, what the white is. And I was like, what is the white? And so I was just figuring that's probably just super hard or something. Now, in the back, which was a red, that one was medium soft. I'm not sure. God, I had it in my head and now I forgot. Damn it. It's either medium hard or medium soft. Just go to Mini Motors USA and check it. Sorry, I messed that up. I had it in my head and then I lost it. But just so you know, a red cartridge, suspension cartridge was in the back. A white suspension cartridge is in the front. So I've done it, so now you guys know. I haven't seen anybody in these videos talking about this. So I've told you and you know. So be prepared for that. And the changing process is, it's quite challenging, annoying, but you'll get it. Now the way it rides, now let me tell you something. Okay, now I weigh, sorry, I don't know my exact weight. I'm either 180 or 190 pounds, okay? Now, because oh yeah, also I want to mention, people, when they change these cartridges, they mix and match, I guess, a lot. There's a whole bunch of different combinations that you can choose, but the problem is, you know, installing one set and then you don't like it, you got to pull all that shit out again. Oh, let me try a medium and a soft. Oh, let me try a soft and a hard. Let me try a... Dude, you ain't going to want to change that over and over again. So whatever you have in your mind that you feel that you want to do, once you get it in, you're going to be like, well, that's it. I'm not going through that nightmare again. I'm not changing all that crap again. So just so you know, I've heard, you know, people doing combinations. That's why I guess this came with a white and a red. It's like a combination. But for me, because I wanted the most plush suspension ever, the most bouncy that I can get, I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going with 2 softs. I don't care. By the way, the soft color, which is the softest, is green, okay? And I think medium soft is blue. I'm not sure, because the red, I'm confused. I don't know, you'll see. Either the red is medium hard or medium soft, but all I know is I think blue is medium soft. But just go to Mani Motors USA and check it, guys. There's a list when you click on the accessories. But first of all, I want you guys to know that I think I bought the last soft, okay? Because when I went there, they only had soft and medium. And then I was like, screw this. And I bought 2 softs. And then I checked the website the next day and it's sold out. So I think I got the last 2 soft cartridges. So you're going to have to wait for them to get another shipment, which I think they get it from ocean, like boat delivery. So that's going to take a while. I'm actually, speaking of that, I'm actually waiting for an extra battery, for them to get extra batteries. And I'm going to buy another one when they get it. They said they're going to ship out April 10th. So it's going to take like a month or a month and a half for it to arrive in the US. It's come from a boat. But as soon as they get it, I'm buying another battery so that I could just swap out easily. I don't have to charge anymore. So, but anyway, yeah, so those are the color-coded things. Now, the way that it rides, okay? Now, I don't know, there's kind of like some weird pros and cons. Okay, so I've noticed now that when I've put both the softs in, remember, this is for my weight. I don't know about somebody 140 or 130. It may be different, okay? Now, when I put both the softs in, I noticed that, of course, it's more bouncy now. It's more squishy. So when I stand on it, it kind of like drops a little bit low because of my weight and kind of sticks. You know what I mean? It kind of, the depression kind of keeps me like lower, you know, just naturally from physics. My weight is pressing down on something softer, so it's staying a little bit more low. Not too low, but it's like more low. Now, when I accelerate, okay, my little burnout, my little crazy burnout with my front tire, it's there, but it's taken away a lot. Like, it's not as crazy as it was before. And I don't know why, I just loved it. And it also lowered the pitch of the sound, like the, you know, because you know, it makes sense. I'm putting more weight on the scooter on softer suspension, so it's going to lower that. Okay. I know it's not really that big of a deal, but I guess if you're like me and you like the burnout, the easy burnout from the front tire and the sound effects and the screeching and all that, I'm just letting you know, if you're my weight, it sinks you down and it changes, okay? That little burnout. You still get the burnout from a standstill, but it's not as strong as it was when I had the other cartridges in. And that makes sense because those cartridges were harder. So when I stand on it, it keeps the scooter higher. So it's not, you know, it's up high. So it's able to make those louder sounds because the scooter's not being, you know, depressed a lot. It makes sense. And I noticed just a little bit, kind of slightly, or a little bit more depending on how fast it is, it added more wobble. Okay, I don't know. It kind of feels like there's slightly a little bit more wobble in the front when I'm like turning or going at high speed. Nothing that I can't control, but definitely I know just from my personal experience, when I had the original cartridges in, the wobble really wasn't that strong. It's not really crazy. It's just, I can see that there's a notable difference of it being a little bit more stronger. And it makes sense because I'm depressing lower, and you know, it's just like when I move side to side, more weight from side to side, it kind of does that. And I'm talking about fast micro movements. You're not going to do that when you're going fast anyway. I just did it to test, you know, and on acceleration, I'm kind of like, you know, there's a little bit more wobble, very minimal wobble, but it's noticeable. Okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that. Okay. Now the other upgrade, which looks kind of like funky and ghetto. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this shit, dude. Like, what the hell is this? Like, people could be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, but let me tell you the reason why I did this, okay? I guess at some point, if I post a video and I don't put the link in the description where I got these, I will at some point, okay? So these are like, I forgot what they're called, an ESI or something like that, extra chunky foam grips. I decided to get this. And I had these on my original scooter, and I thought they were going to be like super big and thick. My thing was that I wanted some really puffy, super thick grips that will be super comfortable. You know why I'm doing this? Because this shit hurts, dude. Like, if you want to ride on the highest setting and you're pulling the throttle and you're like, your hands really start to hurt because, you know what I mean? There's not really any softness or any pillowness. You know, when you're accelerating at high speeds, your hands, you have to hold on and it's pulling back and it hurts, you know? So what I've decided to do was, because the original grips, I don't like them. They hurt and they make your hands black. Like, every time I'm done with them, my hands are completely dirty and black just from the material. I don't know what that stuff is, so that's another thing. Be aware of that. If anybody had that experience, let me know. But what I did here was I bought these extra chunkies thinking they were going to be like super big as this, and they weren't. And it feels good by themselves, but I was like, no, I want something super puffy, super thick. So I found these, and I'm pretty sure if you guys were looking for grips, you've seen these. But I was thinking that I was going to buy a set of these and then just slide it over this. But obviously, that was not the case. So what I had to do was buy multiple pairs. I got a whole bunch of extra pairs. And I took 2 pairs, cut them both in half, and then connected them. Okay, this one has like a third one because I kind of screwed up in the beginning. But this one over here has just 2 solid pieces. You see what I mean? So I just, like, you know, put one on top and put one on the bottom, and I have zip ties, which is kind of weird. I have to figure another way to do this. I was gonna put adhesive tape. I tried that, it didn't stick. So I'm like, you know what? For comfort, I don't care. This looks ghetto until I can find some really thick, super comfortable grips. So guys, if you guys can help me out, if you guys know where to find any kind of super thick grips, the only ones I've seen is in Korean videos on Weepheads. But I haven't seen any website out here where I can order some big, thick, comfortable grips. If you guys know of anything, hey man, you know, let me know. Explain it in the comments, okay? Appreciate it. So yeah, I pretty much did this because I ride on the highest setting and it really hurts, dude. So yeah, I'll put the links in the description. You might not want to do this weird thing, but if you want to just buy one of them or 2 of them, I will put them in the description, in case if you guys want to get it yourself. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys now. I'm going to show you guys like the cartridges, and you know, I'm going to jump on the scooter with the old ones, and then I'm going to jump on the scooter with the newer ones in, and I'm going to show you guys the difference on that. Alright guys, so here is the red one. So if you want to know what was in your, for the shocks or the cartridges, if you want to know what's in the Storm, the color coded ones, they're on what is it, Mini Motors USA, they have the color-coded ones, and it tells you if it's soft, medium hard, and whatnot. It tells you all the different hardness levels. But this one was in the back because I'm changing out to the soft ones, you know. So this was in the front. Now this is like a white or a clear, but the thing is, there's nothing for that on the website. Like, I didn't see a white or a clear, so this must be super duper, like, you know, hard, because these shocks are really hard. And, you know, I always knew they had soft and medium soft, but I'm putting a soft in the back and in the front, so we're gonna see how it is. But just showing you what was in it. This is in the back. This is the red. Not sure what the red is. I'm gonna check the website and then put it in the description. And then the white, this is what's in the front. So I'm gonna put this other green in the back, and I've already installed one of them, just showing you what's inside here. And then we're gonna see how it bounces, see how it feels. All right. Okay guys, so the first suspension test that I'm gonna show you is gonna be with the original cartridges that came in. So the white cartridge in the front and the red cartridge in the back, which is not the softs. This clip right here is gonna be the original, okay? So watch this clip here. I'm gonna try to jump on it the best I can and show you what the suspension is like. Okay, now in this next one, I'm gonna show you how the suspension is on the greens. So that's both the two softs that I bought, one in the front and one in the back. So now I'm gonna demonstrate how that is by jumping on it, showing you the suspension. All right, guys, so yeah, and that's pretty much how it is. You know, that's pretty much what the cartridges look like, how it bounces with the original cartridges in, and then with the softs in. As you guys could see, I mean, for what it's worth, you could see that there's a difference. I think the difference on camera looks very noticeable, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna tell you right now, Sonny, when you get the softs in there, it is going to feel much more forgiving on the bumps, okay? It's going to be what you're looking for in having great suspension on the scooter. So, yeah, just pretty much it. Just wanted to show you guys that. And, yeah, if you're considering getting it, I talked about how it takes away the burnout, but let me talk about the pros of it. So for my weight, and for me personally, and I'm pretty sure maybe for someone who's lighter weight than me, it makes the ride even more comfortable, and it makes the scooter even more controllable, okay? Because your body is like pressing down more on it. So remember how I told you in my review for this, it feels like your body's locked into the scooter. If you put the softs on, you know, it's all my personal opinion, you're even more locked in and you're even more comfortable. And going over the bumps, you know, is way more comfortable, way more forgiving now. And when you take off, for the people who own the scooter, know what I'm talking about. When you take off, it's fully comfortable, and you feel like you have, full control, but just there's a slight bit when you take off, like, man, I wish like I felt like I was a little bit more locked in, especially if you're tall. You're a taller person like me. You feel like, man, I don't know, like, I feel it, but like something about the front wheel or something, when I take off, it's like, I wish it was just like locking me in, because scooter Storm owners know when you take off, the front wheel is kind of like crazy and it kind of jerks side to side. You're really not going to fall off or nothing, but it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like you're turning a little bit, well, if you have it, you know what I mean. But I'm going to tell you right now, my main point is when you put the softs in, it eliminates that. It eliminates that. But you're going to sacrifice a little bit of your burnout. Okay? Remember how I told you in my video, it jumps up like, it jumps up and it's easy to lift it. All that's gone now because your weight's being shifted. And it makes sense because you're depressed into the ground, so it's locking you more down to the ground. Turning and accelerating is much more comfortable. Before I would not turn and accelerate because when you're on the highest setting and you turn and accelerate on this, that front wheel is crazy. That's a recommendation from you guys. Be careful turning and accelerating on the highest power, okay? Because this thing is powerful. I guess that's just common sense, but just to let you guys know that turning and accelerating is kind of crazy. Oh yeah, another thing for tall people, for Sunny. I did something. I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna get a handlebar riser. I might or I might not, because I did something that kind of made it feel a little bit more comfortable, because you know how we're tall. And okay, so what I did was I kind of angled the handlebars a little this way. Can you see how it's like shifted this way a little bit? Get in there. It's not straight up, it's shifted this way. This has made it more comfortable. Like, surprisingly, it's made it a lot more comfortable. Like, I feel like I have, a little bit more control, and it's taken some of the pain off of the acceleration. The only thing I was kind of scared about is, like, because it's like shifted this way, if this thing is gonna move and fly forward, and I'm like, no, but it is locked in there. I got this thing super duper tight in here, and these things have grips on them inside, so it's not going anywhere, guys. Like, it's pretty sturdy, but then again, it is kind of scary, so you guys could do that at your own digression. But I think they're made, there's even bike handlebars that go like all the way like this, and it's on that. As long as it's tight, really tight, I think you're good. So just a tip, if you want to try that, it's up to you if you want to. Arching it more this way has made it a little bit more comfortable. Now, because we're tall, it does feel like you're like, arching a lot forward, but you get used to it, okay? It definitely makes the ride a little bit more comfortable. Now, I'm gonna ride like this for a while, but I think at some point I will eventually end up getting the handlebar risers, and then I'll try that and I'll tell you guys how that is too. So that's pretty much it. Like I said again, for all the people who watched my Dualtron Storm review, I appreciate how many people watched it and dropped a like on it. Yeah, whatever kind of ideas or whatever I want to have something to say about the scooter to share with you guys, I'm definitely gonna make a video on it. So I just want to say I appreciate it, man, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, and I'm glad you guys are asking questions. I'm really happy to answer them for you guys. So until the next video, which will be me getting the handlebar riser, and I'm probably gonna get some slick tires too, just completely slick racing tires, and I'll share the experience on that too. But anyway, thanks again, you guys, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope this helped you out. And I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a great day.